It's the Suns. It is fast-paced. The Lakers already with 21 assists.
Yeah, it's just a good game. Yeah, it's a high-intense game. The Lakers are playing hard. Phoenix is they're erratic kind of an offense because they move, they shoot unexpectedly, so it's going to be a good second half.
Usually when you play teams like these, like go up and down the court, you have some turnovers. The Lakers only have 5 turnovers a night, so that's really good. They're controlling the basketball and getting people where they need to be, get those perfect assists for 21.
Lakers with a 2-point lead. Jack in the Box halftime report starts right after this. Hello again, alongside James Worthy and Robert Ory. I am Chris McGee, and this is the Jack in the Box halftime report. Let's get you out to Phoenix, Arizona. LeBron and the Red Hot Lakers take on the Phoenix Suns tonight. Both teams off to a good start. Suns are 6-3. They won 4 of 5. Not for you, though, Kelly Oubre, Anthony Davis, the SWAT, LeBron James, the Wash King, puts them in the spin side.
That's the thing about him, great defense there with, in there and going down with a fast break, and LeBron doing his practice game.
Rondo making his debut, James.
Absolutely, coming out right away, being effective, has some assists there. The Lakers with the steal, and Kuzma, 2 of his 13 first half.
Yeah, Kuz 5 for 7 in the first quarter, but how about Caruso?
Caruso is starting to dunk on everybody. He's going to the hole with some authority. Throw it down.
You know what else? He irritated Booker on the defensive end, too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Booker hates double teams. AD's double team. He doesn't care. He gets a bucket. AD. Drive. And dunk.
A lot of waiting. Set him up.
It was worth it, though, Rob.
Lull him to sleep. Drive baseline. Not dunk on one, dunk on all of them.
Some people get uncomfortable in silence, but we just wrote it out right there.
We just had to write it out.
Enjoyed it.
Sometimes the best thing to do, just wait for the good stuff.
AD with 14 points on 7 of 11. Kyle Kuzma, 13, all in that first quarter. Oh, no, he had 11 in the first quarter. My fault. LeBron James with 9, 8, and 2. More to come in the Jack in the Box halftime report. AD and the Lakers dominating inside, 40-22 edge in the paint. The Lakers lead by 2 at the break. Lakers back, big game. Kuz had 13 points in the first quarter, 5 of 7, and he hit his 3.
Well, he's streaky. He's a rhythm shooter, and once he gets going, a slasher, he's doing it all right there on the break. Once he gets hot, he gets very confident.
Sometimes you need teams like this that play your style of game to get you a good rhythm, and the Phoenix Suns are an up-and-down rhythm type team, and Kuz has found his.
Kuz, you see his first 5 games, 21 minutes, first half versus Phoenix. He had 14. He was averaging 10 points per game in his first 5, but then you see what he did halftime here. Phoenix 13, so Kuz getting it going. Kuz and the Lakers bench with a 29-20 scoring edge over the Suns in the first half. Lakers lead by a bucket. Jack in the Box halftime report continues after the break. Halftime report. Give me some keys you see there, big game, James.
I think a continuation of the defense. I think they finally figured out something there in the latter part of the second half. I mean, the Lakers are going to have to adapt to games like this. I think they're doing it very well.
I think keep sharing the basketball. They got 21 assists, and that's getting the easy buckets, quick buckets, and that's why they got back in this game.
Rob, I know you're a big fan of the halftime entertainment, so we're going to look into that, and that does it for actually good for the first time since Nash and Amari Stoudemire were playing, and you are no longer the cooler because you went on a trip and they went 3-0.
3-0. Do you know how excited I am about that? I mean, I was wearing the cooler label like an absolute albatross. It is now gone. I couldn't be happier about that. By the way, guys, any side bets with Director Bergen, who is inexplicably a Suns fan? Can we talk about that for a sec?
Yeah, we got a lot we're thinking about, and we're gonna give him some options come game time.
Okay, I appreciate that. Anyway, LeBron was pretty revealing after shoot-around today, and he talked about, he was asked about if this could be the Lakers' 10th game, if it's now time to analyze how good this team can be. The quick answer is too soon. Let's hear what he had to say about it.
I kind of broke it down with Christmas and then All-Star break, and then so like 3 chapters in the regular season and then the postseason. It's always been kind of Christmas for me, see where we are as a team. Last year we was right where we wanted to be at Christmas, and unfortunately, obviously, we know what happened after that. So, but I do live in the present more than anything, and I do like where we are today.
All right, Geeter, now I know that you and LeBron are kind of similar. You're champions, each in uniquely different ways. I can't wait to hear your breakdown of how good we all can be on air once Christmas rolls around. You'll have plenty of time to kind of analyze if we can reach our full potential for the rest of the season. So I can't wait for your Christmas Day report on James, Rob, Allie, me, the producers, the directors, the interns, everybody, really.
Yeah, I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I'm already starting to work on it. Right now, you're all off to a great start, but I don't want you to get comfortable because I want to be great. And by Christmas, I will let all of you know because it's time to win another Emmy. And Brez, by the way, Bergen, our director, has agreed he will have a Lakers license plate on his car for the entire season if the Lakers beat the Suns tonight. Lakers are favored by 3.5. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did that?
Yes.
Good job.
He has absolutely agreed to that. Thank you, Brett. Let's go inside access. I know. Can you believe it? Lakers, almost 44% of the Lakers' assists this season. LeBron has those. That leads the NBA. James leading the league with 11 assists per game. He's never averaged double-digit assists before and has never led the league. Best finish was second 2 seasons ago. Rob, I'll start with you. Do you think LeBron will lead the league in assists by the end of the season?
With Rondo coming back,
Finally came to an end, but you have to give the Toronto Raptors, defending champs, despite no Kyle Lowry, no Ibaka, you have to give them credit. They came in, especially in that second half, turned things up defensively, and took the game away.
Yeah, you said it right, Allie. Defending champions who, in that third quarter, held the Lakers to 18 points. We have to remember that they were a great supporting cast around Kawhi last year. And so these guys know how to play. They play team ball. They play really rugged, tough defense. And they came to play tonight. And, Siakam and, all the rest of the supporting cast, they were not afraid. They came with a passion. And they outworked the Lakers, simply. And the Lakers couldn't turn that switch on. It was too late. Toronto already had that passion and vision for the game.
Now, I think it's going to be a good lesson for the Lakers because when you win a championship, this is something that they're trying to do. It becomes your culture how hard you play. And you saw a team that after halftime just readjusted, revamped their defense, and they weren't afraid of who they were going up against. They just played hard, and they put together a more complete game, especially down the stretch.
The one thing, though, that you can take away from that comment is the simple fact that there are a lot of champions on this Lakers roster.
Yep.
And as you mentioned, it's in how you respond to nights like tonight. You listen to the guys in the locker room, of course, and it was all about being even-keeled. You had won 7 in a row. Yes, wins and losses, they obviously do make a difference and matter, but it's what you're able to build on in those wins and losses. And, of course, coming up with Phoenix, they're going to have to make sure to get back on track.
And building is the right word because despite, the hype of bringing in AD and a pretty good supporting cast of Bradley Green and, guys like Dwight Howard, they have yet to bake that cake. It's still in the oven. Despite the talent that AD and LeBron possess, they're still going to have to find ways to incorporate players and get them involved. 0 points for Danny Green in the Toronto game. I think Pope only played 4 minutes, 0 points, but the bench really only like 16 to 17 points. They're going to have a more contribution from that in the future.
You have to work sort of double time to build chemistry because if you think about it, the Lakers have the cheat code of playing pick and roll between LeBron and AD.
Yes.
And a lot of times you can see the other 3 players run to the opposite side of the court, draw a line right, at the middle court line, and these guys were playing 2-on-2. They know they can get a bucket anytime, but what did Toronto do? They ran 3, 4, 5 people and made them be decision makers. LeBron was passing. Shooters weren't necessarily knocking him down consistently. Anthony Davis, again, was a facilitator, and he's sort of feeling everyone out and figuring out who he can hit to at the right spots. They will piece it together. Yeah. It's just even harder to do that when you can be a bucket playing 2-on-2. But this team, they gambled on double teaming and triple teaming all of those guys, especially when they're in isolation, and the gamble paid off for Toronto.
I watched Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for years, and you get comfortable. You get comfortable when you got money sitting over there. You're just like, oh man, that looks great. And so, but that's the process that they have to get to, and getting Green involved early, getting Bradley involved early. They know AD and LeBron can take over whenever they want to. So it's got to be consistent with other guys involved. Otherwise, you can become a spectator on the weak side.
True. And how do you break down, LeBron's game? 4th triple-double in the last 5 games, I believe it is.
Yeah.
However, it was a different triple-double.
Yeah, he was not shooting the ball efficiently, and I think he was trying to be that guy down the stretch, and it sort of surprised him that a guy like Boucher would come and block, or even a Pascal Siakam would deflect. There were just so many bodies at him. another triple-double. I think we take for granted how talented he is. The fact that he may not score but still will give you 15 and 13 and something else. I just think the question is, how will he maintain that balance? He's really given the reins to Anthony Davis early in the game in the first half so far this season. And AD has delivered, which is great. But sometimes LeBron needs to find his own rhythm, and it has to start from the jump. And it's hard to figure out which games to pick and choose, but you're going up against the defending champs. I know a lot of those guys were out, but I think this might have been a game where it's like, you know what? This is going to be a message for myself. He's learning, and he said it himself, like, this was the better team tonight. They're going to try to be the better team in the future.
No question. I mean, you learn. You learn. With, like I said earlier, two guys out, subconsciously, your body just says,
Relaxes, yeah.
And it's hard to build that up again. And they were a victim of that. And when they tried to flip the switch against Toronto, it was too late. They already knew that they could beat the Lakers. In that third quarter, Toronto knew they could, and they played like it, aggressive. They beat up on AD, they beat up on LeBron, and that's unusual. But championship teams do that.
They gave him hope.